Not you.
She's honest.
What you have to say?
All I have to
Nothing.
say.
This is Justice with Judge Maybelline. Cynthia Pooler is suing her brother King Pooler in the amount of $1,344. She says the defendant ran up her phone bill by calling a psychic hotline and needs to pay for it. Mr. Pooler claims he contacted the psychic to help his sister, and he shouldn't have to compensate her for his good deed.
In the matter of Cynthia Pooler versus King Pooler? King Pooler, huh? Wow, what a name. Okay, the two of you are sister and brother suing each other, and you want him to pay you the cost of a phone bill while he was calling the psychic hotline, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, now, why would you sue your brother for $1,344? Can you just ask him to give it to you?
I did on numerous occasions. Well, me and my brother, we've always been close. Coming up, I've always catered to him, took care of him, being that he's my baby brother. And, you know, I went away for school, left him at home with my parents. And I went to school initially to be an engineer, but hair has always been my passion. So for the last 10 years, I've been a hairstylist. So about 6 months ago, I was able to get my own salon, lease a building or whatnot. So I've been doing that. And my brother, he lost his job about a few months ago. So me being a big sister, I took him in and said, come over here with me. You can do my bookkeeping for my business and do that from home. And if I need you at the front desk, I'll have you come into the front desk and I'll pay you so you can earn something in your pocket until you get a better job. He lived with me for free. What more do you expect? You live for me rent free. What more can you do but take a couple of phone calls for me at my salon? Okay, so we got past that. But one day I come home to the mailbox. I go and, you know, bills come in once a month, of course. So I look at the phone bill and it's extremely high. So I asked my brother about it and he's like, yeah, I called a psychic and I thought it was free. You thought it was free?
Really? How old are you?
I'm 30, Your Honor.
Huh?
30 years old.
And you thought calling the psychic was free?
Well, it said call me now for your free reading.
He called
so
seven different times.
You mean the commercial that said call me now for your free reading?
That's right.
So would you call every time you heard the commercial?
No, I called. I was actually calling to get advice for her.
I know, but would you call every time you heard the commercial?
Absolutely not.
So then why did you think it was free?
Well, the first time I called, the way they get you, apparently they're questioning you. They're actually asking you all these questions about your history, I guess, to actually use that for the reading. But I didn't know that they're actually charging you during that time. So the time...
And you're 30 years old?
Yes, ma'am.
And he's a kid.
And you don't know about the psychic hotline charging?
I'm not a professional caller of psychics at all. I was doing her a favor.
Man, the telephone is your life and your age. You know everything about a phone and what goes on. Please, don't tell me you didn't know that they charge for a psychic hotline. You better tell somebody else that one.
But while she was away, I saw the commercial and it said, call me now for a free reading, Your Honor. I'm serious. I really did think it was going to be free. So I called, and Miss Leon had an amazing, calm voice, and she was speaking to me. But
Miss Leon.
What's her name?
Miss Leon.
Miss Leon.
Yeah,
okay.
Letting him right on.
No, she didn't lead me on. Well, I didn't know if she was real or not. So I stopped her right off the bat. I said, this is not for me. So she started asking me about my family and my living situation. I didn't tell her too much because I wanted to see how accurate she would be. I'm like, you're a psychic. You should be able to tell me something. So immediately I said, who am I calling for? And she said, your sister. It's no possible way she would know about my sister. It's no possible way she would know that she has problems finding a man. You know what I mean? She hasn't had a man in 2 years.
And
so
I'm
serious.
With that. Look at me. Do I need it? I'm
but she
fine with
said
that.
she's fine with that. But in our conversation, she was crying and complaining and whining, talking about she can't find a man, which put me to this task of helping her for an exchange for her to help me get myself together.
So you're now searching for a man for her
instead of searching for a job.
Okay. So you're talking to the psychic to tell you what to tell her to get a man.
Yes, ma'am. So, but the
psychic talks through third parties. I thought they talked directly to the party.
She was giving me some great advice because that same day I told her, and she was looking at me like, King, how are you coming up with this stuff?
So what advice did the psychic give you?
I mean, pretty much where to find a man. A lot of times she's always looking at clubs and bars and things like that. So
what did the psychic tell you?
She told me grocery stores. I know it's crazy. But she said if you go to a grocery store, you're going to find a man who's responsible. She told me which section to find the right man. She said the frozen food
section?
Yes, ma'am.
The frozen food, the ice cream or vegetables?
She didn't specify, but I'm
So the
assuming.
frozen section.
Yes, ma'am.
And he paid.
Uh-huh.
Got me having to pay 13.
Wait a minute. I'm trying to get this down, girl. Please. She may be able to help me too, since I don't have to call her.
Coming up on Justice with Judge Maybelline.
I could have told you all that for free.
Okay, next time I will. If
That
it don't
psychic
work out
hadn't
with
said
this man.
anything but generalization.
And later,
So why wouldn't you just ask her before you brought the cat?
Because
You have a cell phone, don't you?
I was teaching Carter a life lesson, about cats.
And you couldn't
about
taught
textures.
Carter a death lesson.
Justice with Judge Maybelline.
What makes Gold Bond Ultimate so ultimate? It's packed with 7 moisturizers and 3 vitamins. Rich yet absorbs lickety-split. Skin looks nourished, healed, healthy. Gold Bond.
Helping your kids get fewer cavities can take enthusiasm. Or just Act Kid Scooby-Doo Rinse. It tastes great and helps reduce cavities up to 40%. So it's all good. Act Kids.
If you can't shut down at bedtime, you're not alone. Get non-habit forming Unisom to fall asleep fast. Unisom, a stressful day deserves a restful night.
If I were you, I would turn around. In fact, if I were you, I'd turn around and go home, because this can only end badly for you. Don't even try it. That's what I thought.
For the safety of your family and home, who do you trust? ADT is the #1 choice in professionally monitored security. Get ADT starting at just $28.99 a month. That's peace of mind for less than $1 a day.
I'm ADT, and I am always there.
Nervous whitening will damage your teeth? Introducing Listerine Healthy White. It not only safely whitens teeth, but also restores enamel. Lose the nerves and get a healthier, whiter smile that you'll love. Listerine Healthy White. Power to your mouth.
There's no taste like Twizzlers. There's no taste like Twizzlers. There's no taste like Twizzlers. From movie classics to TV hits, Twizzlerize your entertainment with Twizzlers. The twist you can't resist.
It's the President's Day event, and it's happening now and all month long at both Salem and Columbiana Chrysler Jeep Dodge. And now every new Jeep Compass and Patriot has an extra $500 in bonus cash. We have every new Jeep model in stock now, including popular hard-to-find Jeep Wranglers, and they're all on sale. Priced for this event. So come where the Jeeps are. 175 Jeeps ready to go at both Salem and Columbiana Chrysler Jeep Dodge. And please remember, tell a friend.
You're watching Justice with Judge Maybelline. We're back with the case of Cynthia Pooler, who is suing King Pooler for the reimbursement of expenses.
Okay, so you got this psychic hotline, late psychic telling you what to tell your sister in order to get a man.
Your Honor.
And how many times did it take her to tell you that?
I called her probably about 7 times. So, the first time I was on the phone for a couple hours. I really was.
I have the evidence here, Your Honor, of how long he was on the phone.
Okay, but he can tell me, give it to me, but 2 hours?
Yeah, it was a couple hours the first time. But see, that's what I'm saying. I don't
And
know.
all you got was go to the grocery store, to the frozen food section, and don't go to church?
No, it was a little bit more into depth, like the type of man she should be looking for, age range, because she's always looking for these younger, good-looking, attractive men she see on TV.
So what does psychic tell her to do?
To look for a manly man, a man who has his stuff together. She doesn't have any kids, but the psychic said she would find someone with a kid. That way she wouldn't have to worry about that motherly.
You know what? You should have called me free, and I could have told you all of that. You just should have called me. You should have logged onto my website, and I could have told you all that for free.
Okay, next time I will. If
That
it don't work
psychic
out
hadn't
with
said
this man.
anything but generalization.
Yeah.
And it took her
I
5
understand, but it
hours and
worked,
49
though.
minutes to tell
It
him
worked.
that.
She found a man that same week, Your Honor. Now,
Based upon what you told her?
all that, everything that I told
Wait a minute. So you told her what the psychic said,
absolutely.
and it was a week's worth of conversation.
Yeah, I didn't tell her it was from the psychic, though. I was
understand.
making
And
it like...
you tried it out?
Not exactly the way he told me to try it out. I met a guy walking along the Hollywood
by the
Strip
grocery store.
while I was out of town. So, he approached me. I was apparently looking very debonair, as I'm always, as of now. And he just approached me and said, "Oh, are you shopping? I said, "I'm just window shopping. Are you single?" He just came flat out. He found me, so I actually didn't find him. So Miss Psychic, you some money.
See, that's how the psychic said what happened. They said that she's so aggressive and looking for me.
She wasn't in the frozen food section.
No, I was not at all.
I mean,
and she wasn't at the grocery store.
I just started getting out more. He told me to start getting out more, so I took some time out and just went a little window shopping, went sightseeing. I didn't follow them psychic guidelines. I did not follow. I did not ask my brother to get on the phone and run my bill up to $1,344.
Well, now the way you this is not a phone bill. I don't know what you present in court. Mm-hmm. This is not a phone bill. This is not the way phone bills come.
No, it's not, Your Honor. But that's
extraneous fees, psychic hotline. What kind of phone bill is that?
That's what they sent me, and that's what they want me to pay.
I've never heard of such. From the National Credit Union Administration?
Yes.
What's that? This a debt collector?
I have not paid. I have not paid the bill. Yes.
Okay, so where is the bill?
The bill? That's
where's the phone bill that comes in that shows every time he calls the psychic?
Okay, that's all I have right there, Your Honor. It just shows me how long he was on the phone with the psychic and at what rate.
See, I knew it didn't make sense. I'm telling you, some of those calls were free because they would actually give you additional minutes for calling.
It was not free if I'm being billed for that. It's not free.
Make sense, so
okay, you admit that you called. You admit that you called the psychic hotline.
I called the psychic hotline.
And
for her benefit.
You know what? It may have been. You say it was for her benefit, but you can't run up somebody. How do we know it was for her benefit? Because no one else heard the conversation, and no one else was involved in the conversation but you. So now you come here and say all my phone calls to the psychic hotline were for her. How do I know that? How can you prove that? You should have brought the psychic to tell me that, yeah, every time I talk to him, this is what we talked about. Because nobody can support your statement other than you standing there saying that. But the problem I have here is this in and of itself is not the phone bill.
No, that's not the
okay, now, if you ordered him to pay the phone bill for every psychic call.
Okay.
For every call to the psychic hotline.
Thank you.
Whatever that amount is, up to the $1,344 that you're requesting. Now, the only reason I'm giving you the cost is because he admits that he called the psychic hotline on your phone every time, but he said it was for your benefit. I'm not buying that. And even if he thought that it was, he didn't have your permission to do so. So, but at least he only has to pay what the actual phone bill says.
Okay.
Not to exceed $1,344.
Okay.
So you may get a little break. You may be $1,324. I don't know, but you got to pay. Judgment for the plaintiff.
Judge Maybelline has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant is ordered to pay $1,344.
I'm just glad I'm getting my money. Well, hopefully now you can get you a job.
I learned my lesson. I won't make those calls again.
Coming up.
So why wouldn't you just ask her before you brought the cat?
Because
you have a cell phone, don't you?
I was teaching Carter a life lesson, about cats.
And you could have taught Carter a death lesson.
Justice with Judge Maybelline.
Cortisone 10 Eczema Relief is specially formulated for eczema with the strongest non-prescription itch medicine for fast, lasting relief. Cortisone 10 Eczema Relief. Feel the heal.
When Junior Achievement of the Mahoney Valley presented the Our Nation program to students at Boardman Center Middle School, 93% felt what they'd learned was important to their future success. Junior Achievement is making
Justice with Judge Maybelline. Gail Morris is suing her former nanny, Juliet Cole, in the amount of $535. She says